500 here, 2v2, Golgotha Depths, blue team. It's Adila as a Kommando knob infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins range combat with a twin link shooter. Alongside, we have Fenix as a Techmarine starts off range combat. Good damage, can also support with structures and repair, wade into melee combat too. And the red team, 2 Plague Champions. We've got Ace of Swords and we have Dark Riku. These guys start off in range combat with a damage over time bolter. Can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support. Can build turrets and repair, but are very slow. Wouldn't be surprised if all 4 of these players went random. But this is what they've ended up with. Adila with double shooters on the field. Fenix with some tactical marines trying to defend this southern side power. Bit of an odd map, Golgotha. It's pretty cool though. You have one very natural power point for both teams. The other power points spread across the center in very contested locations. So you see a lot of the fighting over these points early on, and then players start to gravitate towards the contested VP in the middle. The eastern team maybe with a bit of an advantage since they have this higher ground here, but I've seen close games either way. Heretics are some Nurgle worship. These CSM wading into melee combat. They do slightly more melee damage than tactical marines out the gate, although they have less health, and tactical marines have the Kraken Bolts ability, which gives them more damage to heavy armor, even if they're in melee. Looks like they came out on top there though with some Plague Champion damage over time and some Nurgle worship. Might have been better just to send the Heretics into melee there. Would have got them off the field a bit quicker, but we played it a bit safer, which is generally a good idea with a Plague Champion. Sit back, play it safe, stand behind cover and shoot things with Nurgle worship early on, and you'll do some good work usually. Sluggers here taking a lot of damage. They got the cap though. Only lost a single model too, that is relatively lucky. These guys taking a garrison against these shooter boys. Kommando Knob can do some very nasty things to garrisons with his stick bombs, and he's going for him here. 130-20, only 20 power for these things. That's pretty good, I think. They can do a massive amount of damage. Trying to force melee combat on the shooters, they will easily take out shooter boys in melee. Might eat some bombs though to the face. Look at the damage that twin link shooter's doing. And he waits for the retreat to throw the bombs. Nicely done. Takes out 2 models. Adila, of course, known for his retreat grenades, but apparently he can even do it with an Ork, who throws things generally at random. What is this? Oh, this is the elite Black Legion scheme for Ace of Swords. What did Dark Riku get? I assume these guys both went random. I don't know what is. Oh, this is Night Lords elite scheme. Cool. Maybe they didn't go random, or they just both random elite schemes. It's possible. 484, 473. There's the Kraken rounds up on those tactical marines for a while, but these CSM taking a lot of damage here. Even scouts getting stuck in with their bolters. Don't do a lot of damage generally, these fellas. He's keeping these CSM in play for a very long time. Ace of Swords. I think he's completely forgot about them. There we go. There's the retreat. Very, very late on that retreat there. Noise Marines coming in with their awesome Sonic Blaster in melee combat with the Techmarine, and they take him down in melee. Have Noise Marines ever killed a hero in melee combat? That's the first time I can remember seeing it. They lost a model. They got a bunch of XP for that. Some Noise Marines on this side too. Both players going for some Noise Marines to help them control these power points. The Sonic Blaster is very good at shaking structures to the ground, like generators. There's that cacophony that will knock back any nearby unit. Assault Marines here from Fenix. Now getting stuck in again. A bit of a late retreat there from Ace, but does get them out without another model loss. Uh-oh. Heretics almost got caught. That would have been a dead squad, I think, if they got the landing and knocked them all over. Storm Boys on the field for Adila. These guys with power melee weapons are a massive threat to those Noise Marine guys, and they can of course jump on them. Heretics will be there to defend, but Dark Riku might want to think about some other kind of anti-melee thing, because he's going to have sluggers to deal with as well, and he's going to have the Kommando and the double shooters maybe all shooting at those Heretics, which will peel off models pretty quickly. Sluggers here do have their burners, gives them a couple of power weapons and a bit more health. 20%. It's quite a lot more health. Might be in a bad place here. Dark Riku does have his blight grenades, and there it is. Gets a good hit, did some friendly fire, but as you can see, blight grenades can be pretty freaking scary for big melee blobs of light infantry there. Because once you're stuck in melee and he throws them, it's practically impossible to avoid being hit. Because it takes a while for the animations to kind of sync up as you try and get out of melee. Which is good. I don't think there's a flaw in the game. Once you're committed to melee, you've got to pay some consequences, maybe. Tactical Marines there forcing melee combat on the Noise Marines. Cacophony helps them survive. Here comes a Plague Champion, though, with a Plague Sword. This thing ignores melee resistance, which is its unique trait. Got some Mucus Discharge, too. Gonna try and retake the south side. Looks like Fenix was trying to steal it. Very even on VPs as players start to think about tier 2. Both level 2 these Plague Champions have a level 3 Kommando and a level 1 Techmarine. He's got Bionics. Wonder if we'll see a melee Techmarine in tier 2 then. That was a zombie Assault Marine, I think, who just exploded. We do have Eternal War up for the Chaos Space Marines, increasing their melee and range damage by 20%. Gives them those fancy Chaos insignias around their hands. And the plus decorator, of course. North side, Noise Marines shaking down things. And we have some infiltrated sluggers and Storm Boys. How is he going to set this up? He's going to jump into Storm Boys and move in the sluggers. Going after that Plague Champion. There's his, ouch. Those blight grenades going off. Plague Champion does go down, and he might get these Noise Marines too, and does get the Noise Marines. Really bad engagement over there for Dark Riku. Did the right thing and went for the Plague Champion. Shut that guy down, get him off the field. Because he can't hang out in melee without a melee weapon. Tarantula turret coming up in the south side to defend his power, and why not? He might bait out the quick Blood Crusher, and he can try and be prepared for that. Uh-oh, Heretics in a bad way. Trying to retreat. There we go. They do have their grenade launchers. We have double scouts here for Fenix with shotguns and snipers. He's got a pretty varied army over there. Sluggers had a look at the power. I think looks like they did a little bit of burning, but saw stuff coming in. Did you cap that? You did cap that. It's a triple cap for blue. Tier 2 now then. Blood Crusher on the way for Dark Riku. Ace of Swords just hit tier 2. Fenix will be the last to go, having spent power on his Bionics, Scout upgrades and Assault Marines. Kommando Nob in melee combat here. Throws his bombs and runs away. Boom. Where they live. Lost the indicator for this Plague Champion here. The age-old bug. Oh, he has a cool helmet. What's going on north side? Blood Crusher has met some Orks. These Storm Boys do have their Nob leader with a heavy melee weapon, but they don't really want to tangle toe-to-toe with the Blood Crusher still. Blood Crusher on the way also for Ace. Some more Noise Marines on the way for Dark Riku. He might have an eye towards this area with a Blastmaster. Set them up to get some shots off. There's that Blood Crusher charge. No longer absolutely disintegrating retreating squads, which is nice to see. Those shooter boys barely getting out of there. Tier 2 now for Fenix. Adila spending so far only on the Storm Boy upgrades in tier 2. They have their improved rocket packs. They have their Nob leader. But what does he go for up against this Blood Crusher? Tank Busters is the obvious thing. There we go. There's some Tank Busters right there. Fenix, being a Space Marine player, can respond pretty quickly in tier 2 to vehicles with missile launchers and melter bombs and that kind of thing. Although none of that stuff comes particularly cheap. Noise Marines shaking down the node. Heretics trying to cap, but they're giving it up to get stuck in. Not seen Touch of Nurgle yet from Dark Riku against his melee Orks. He might have used it, I just didn't notice. He might want to get Chosen Plague Marines up actually, so he might be saving his red. He's got enough red for that. I think that'd be a pretty good choice over here. 391, 305 is always a good choice. Would help fight these assault squad as well for Ace on this south side. But they're not cheap, Chosen Plague Marines. So you might want to wait and see what happens before he commits to them. Sluggers getting stuck in. They have their Nob leader. That guy's awesome. Has a power melee weapon and a big chunk of health. And he gives them the Swampum, which helps. Tank busters did get some shots off, but they're forced to retreat. Did some good damage to this Blood Crusher here. He's going to smack on some sluggers on retreats. Almost got that Nob leader, I think. 369, 305. What is this? It's Ace of Swords going for power, I think. Got a Blood Crusher to help him bully things. I don't see... Oh, he's got Devastators up. He's going for a Las Cannon. That's pretty specialized and hard AV to fight a Blood Crusher with, which might leave him with a relatively useless Las Cannon afterwards, but it will certainly do the job. Boom. It's like a quarter of his health gone. And he gets 2 shots off. Noise Marines now bashing generators. They got one down. That's good. Now the Blood Crusher comes in to try and scare off that Techmarine. What's going on over here? Plague Champion is going to go down. He was holding up an entire army though. Oh, Techmarine takes the garrison. He's not going to go down right now. 329, 305. If he shoots at the garrison, he might kill that Techmarine. CSM in melee with scouts. Not what scouts want to be doing. That is Noxious Cloud. That is really well timed, or almost perfectly timed to take out those scouts, but he does get the Las Cannon off the field, which didn't move anywhere, that Las Cannon. It stayed where it was, and the Tech Marine goes down trying to escape. Assault Marines, they won't be able to jump again, so those Noise Marines might be alright. I think they will be, in fact. Oh, maybe the sniper shot? No, did not get a shot off. 289, 305, double cap. For Red Team, well into Tier 2 here. We've only seen Blood Crushers so far for Chaos. They might try and ride that into Tier 3. Down goes one of them, speaking of Blood Crushers. Tank Busters doing a job. And they do retain some usefulness with their rocket barrage, knocking stuff over and that kind of thing. They can bash gens, of course. Tank Busters here. Oh, double Tank Busters from Adila. Not sure what these sluggers are up to. I guess we'll know what they're up to. They wait. They don't want to get stuck into these CSM. Or do they? They are getting stuck in. With Swampum, they are happy to get into 2 squads here. Just tank their range damage and force them both off. There we go. A little bit sloppy there from Riku. He could have split those units up and ran one off while the other one shot, but I think he had half an eye on this north side here, because if you split them off, you know that you can use Cacophony if they go after the Noise Marines, and if they go after the CSM, you know that you can just run your CSM off and try and get shots with the Noise Marines. 253, 293. Touch of Nurgle on these heretics here, trying to finish off the Tank Busters, but only the aspiring champion survives, and he can't Doom Blast. Need a little heretic fella to Doom Blast. 253, 284. Little burst of Cacophony trying to escape these Assault Marines who now have their Sergeant, who has a power sword, and the absolutely awesome Merciless Strike. Very even on VPs. Whirlwind hitting the field, as you can see from Fenix. That's going to give some Ace of Swords something to think about. How does he deal with that? Could try and run some Plague Marines up, but he's gone Tier 3, so he might just get a tank and shoot it. Lots of requisition for Riku, but oops, doesn't really have the power to start going Tier 3 right now. Don't think he wants a Dreadnought or anything either, with double Tank Busters around. Any tank from Ace of Swords would need to be very careful too. 253 to 272, 2-1 cap for Blue Team. Some heavy melee headbutts from that Nob leader forces off those CSM. What's going on middle? Might get another triple cap here. Commander Nob is got his eyes on this VP. Level 5 this fella. What about you? Oh, you're going into melee with Axe of the Mechanicum. Drains energy, right? Yeah, and 50 DPS power melee. And gives him a charge range and all that kind of thing. And he's still got the Bionics too, which buffs the damage of his melee weapons. There we go. And his health, of course. Level 3 Plague Champion and a level 3 Plague Champion from Ace, who's fully kitted out now. Armor of Pestilence, Mucus Discharge, and the Plague Sword. I don't think this is a good engager for Ace right now. Noise Marine's getting very close. Not sure what they're up to. Oh, just trying to get close for a cacophony. I think you saw the heal go off from the Plague Champion. That was the Breath of Nurgle. 253, 214 down. Oh, nicely done. That's why he was pushing in to call in Terminators and take down that Whirlwind with his Power Fist there. I did not even notice them come down until I saw that Whirlwind explode. So he did have a plan. And he executed it. And I think... No, he lost his Noise Marines. I was going to say, I think everything got away, but his Noise Marines did actually go down there. Decent trade though, Noise Marines for Whirlwind. Although I don't think it was... I don't think it was super required to run them in there for the cacophony. Techmarine gets away. Tactical Marines will try and take the garrison with their plasma gun, which is like 30 DPS these days, which is mental. We do have some Blastmaster Noise Marines up here for Riku, and that was a direct hit on those sluggers, but now they need to fight some Storm Boys, which is bad news for them. Again, these guys are really bad at chasing, but they do have that Bomber Boys. And of course a jump. There's the jump. Try and finish them off, and then they can use a Bomber Boys if they have to, but they don't have to. Leveling to 3 there. Probably got a hell of a lot of XP for that because they did all of the damage to the squad. 251, 190. Great Unclean One on the way for Dark Riku. But otherwise he only has Heretics and CSM here. Ace of Swords with not a lot of power. But he does have Terminators. And a kitted out Plague Champion too, although I'm not sure where he is. He's coming at a base now, kind of. Look at the damage from these Twinkling Bolters here. Oh, there's a stun though. Stun is the worst enemy of Terminators. 248, 190. Dark Riku just tanking shots with his face there on this Plague Champion. Now runs away. Oh, looted tank. Bad news for the Terminators. Having to teleport out there. Grenade onto Heretics doing their thing. I haven't seen much kind of disruption from those guys. I'm sure they've used it, I just haven't noticed it. Now they're getting chopped up by ASM. Need to be careful. Need to run away. There's a run. Might get chopped down or retreat though. Are they going to jump after him? They have the energy for it. They do jump after them. And they should get away okay. It was a sync kill, but they're able to retreat immediately and get away. Havoc's on the way for Dark Riku. Red team really on the back foot here. They've lost a lot as the game has progressed. And I'm not sure if blue team have lost everything. Oh, Fenix lost his Whirlwind and his Scouts. I don't think Adila's lost anything. 248, 176. Plague Marines on the way for both Chaos players here. Great and Clean One is stomping around. That's a big game changer potentially. There are tank busters to shoot it. There's a plasma gun to shoot it as well, and that tank. But the Storm Boys and the Sluggers are going to have a rough time, and the Assault Marines perhaps. Can be a big anti-melee behemoth, that Great and Clean One. Ouch. Terminator's dropping a model to that tank shot there, and these guys are really expensive to reinforce. Another shot going in. Some Nurgle worship, but it's not going to save you from a tank. Boom. I actually killed a heretic there with splash damage. Where's your plague? Oh, there they are. Not a massive amount of damage output from these Plague Marines, but that snaring missile launcher is very, very useful. CSM with Marco Zinch. Always good to see. Grand Clearmont getting stuck into some Orks. Taking... Oh, that's a las cannon shot though. Oh, this las cannon does stay useful. Getting 2 shots there, slowing down that Great and Clean One. You generally want Plasma to take this big fella down. Same with the Avatar, since they do a lot more raw DPS than a big anti-vehicle weapon like a las cannon. Although the slowdown is very useful, since this guy has super heavy infantry and not vehicle armor. 248, 110. Is he going to run into this las cannon? I think he is. These guys will try and tie it up maybe. No, they're getting shots on the tank. Las cannon decides to run away and not face down a Great Unclean One. Plague Champion, Plague Marines I should say, dropping a model, dropping 2 models. I wonder if they... No, I don't think they do. I was going to say, I wonder if their explosion heals the Great Unclean One. I don't think it does. Now he's found some tasty looking tank busters. 248 to 75. Red team running out of VPs here. Some really nasty abilities are Grand Clean One, and he does big chunks of damage as well with his sword. Oh, rocket launcher up for the Kommando Knob also has the Mega Boom Kit, which makes his stick bombs better in some way. Not sure how. This Plague Champion had a melee charge going on there. That was a bit weird. It looked like, anyway. More Havocs on the way, this time from Dark Riku. No, in fact, I think that's the first Havoc squad, because the first one was cancelled for some Plague Marines. Oh, Auto Cannon Terminators too. So they are starting to get out some decent AV. And Scouts cannot stand against Terminators in range combat, that's for sure. Techmarine doing a good job tying up. And he's got that refractor field, which lowers the accuracy of weapons that are shot at him, which is pretty cool. Doesn't give him knockback immunity though. There's some Touch of Nurgle heretics. Oh, we didn't see him explode though. It was a bit weird. Remember, they already used their Doom Blast and it was on cooldown. 222, 66. Uh-oh, Terminator's in a bad way. They can't get into the garrison. They can't retreat. They just used their teleport. There's Touch of Nurgle on them. To try and... Wow. There was an explosion from Touch of Nurgle. Vanguard veterans are chasing them down though. But they do get away. Oh look, you get a Thunderhammer fellow when you get a zombie. They do get away, the Vanguard veterans, yes they do. Plague Champion healing himself there. But that tank is a real pain in the arse. 199.66, red team do have the 2-to-1. They're holding the mid. What is this perched up here? Some Havocs with a heavy bolter. Here comes that great and clean one. I don't want to lose this guy. He's doing a lot for them right now. That is a nasty vomit. If those guys weren't leveled up, that would have just straight up killed him. Plasma cannon on the field for Fenix though. That's going to be something to think about in the middle. Maybe take up this garrison over here. Marcos in CSM can't really do much to a tank, so they want to... Oh, what is this? Is it a Venerable? Yay, Venerable Dreadnought from Fenix. Awesome. Unique Walker for the Techmarine. Big chunk of hit points. Can also level up, of course, this fella. Can charge, which is unique amongst Dreadnoughts. No other Dreadnought in this game has a charge. Some Nurgle worship on the shrine there, allowing nearby allies to reinforce and also suppressing enemies, as you see there. Storm Boys did not know it was there when they jumped in, but the tank buster barrages instantly deleting that shrine there. Uh-oh, Plague Marines tied up by the Venerable. They need to get out of there. Terminator's teleporting away to a strange location. Might have put themselves in more trouble here, because those are Vanguard veterans. I assume they'd teleport back to this ramp over here, but they did not. And now they're taking power melee attacks from... Oh, they're giving up. Why have they given up? Could have got another model, I think, at least. Not sure why they stopped there. Red team capping the mid, thanks to the Plague Champion of Dark Riku. They are really holding out against superior numbers quite well here. A little bit disjointed in their attacks, the blue team a little bit, while the red team are kind of presenting a united front to fight against. That's a dead, what? Las Cannon. They took the Las Cannon down, so that's kind of a big deal. And now we have Las Cannon Havocs. Look at that, Marcos Inch getting shots on the Venerable. But now switching targets to these fellows. They don't have sight on the Dreadnought anymore, even though we do as observers. Wow. Vanguard veterans do not mess around. These days, of course, Havocs and Devastators have a lower melee resistance than usual. Usually, melee resistance is 40% less melee damage. But for those guys, it's 20% less. 192, 55. I don't think Noise Marines have any melee resistance. Grand Klingon might need to go back to base and heal up soon. Here comes a big army with chosen Plague Marines from Ace of Swords. Autocannon Terminators and Plague Marines getting shots in on the vehicles when they can. That's a big plasma cannon shot though. Is this Dreadnought going to survive this attack? Terminator's teleporting out. Now they can bring that autocannon to bear. Really wants to avoid friendly fire from that plasma cannon, that's for sure. CSM forcing the scouts off the field, but they are very low on hit points. There's double tanks now for Adila. The Venerable Dreadnought charging away, now getting the Dark Age of technology for 100 rec 50. It's pretty expensive. I think he gets 300 hit points, yeah. Up over 2,000 hit points at level 1 for that guy now. 192.41. Big boom shot thing misses. Wow, big damage on rear armor there from the Plague Marines and the Terminators. One of these tanks might go down if these guys keep chasing. Plague Marines would need to get a shot though, I think. There's some repairs from the Techmarine. Boom, down it goes. Plague Marine's got a shot. Don't think global repair or anything would have saved him. Oh, now we have a Chaos Predator from Riku, and he's getting some heretics for support. Ace of Swords still has some heretics on the field right here. 174.41. 2-to-1 cap for Chaos. It's going to be close. They're kind of setting up in the middle here. It's going to be hard. Going to be hard for the blue team to get in. Adila doesn't have any knobs or anything. Doesn't have a huge amount of durability in his army, aside from the tanks, I guess. What's this Kommando knob up to? He's level 8. Wow. That's a lot of rockets for your tank to deal with. You see them hitting the wall there, but the damage actually still registers on the tank, which I always thought was a bit weird. 154 to 41. Red team continue to look relatively strong in the middle here. They've really eked their way back into this game. They were so far behind in terms of their rosters, but that Great Unclean One has made a huge difference. Came out at just the right time from Dark Riku, and he's used him well. ASM losing a model on retreat, but they'll be okay. Or Vanguard Veterans, I guess, level 2 now, 2200 hit points. Tactical Marines here, probably level 4, yeah, with their Sergeant and a Plasma Gun. There's some Nurgle Shrine, that is a very, very good nuke target for the blue team, because there's a Havocs there as well, and there's a bunch of other people gathering around it. That is very risky. Here is the Chosen Plague Marines, up to 4 models these days with 500 hit points each. Some power melee damage over time. Techmarine did his repairs, I guess. He's on level 4. Kommando level 8. Level 6 Plague Champion here for Ace, and level 6 also for Riku is getting the Plague Fist. That's going to help him cap this contested VP. They are reluctant right now to go after blue team's natural, I think. Touch of Nurgle, great for defending VPs from caps. Gets those Storm Boys out there. Oh, down goes the Knob Leader. In fact, the entire squad goes down. Plague Champion caught you on retreat. Did some very nasty damage there. 120.41. This is now looking pretty difficult for blue team to get in. They do have a Venerable, they do have a Whirlwind, but they don't have any big scary tier 3 stuff apart from that aforementioned Venerable and this looted tank. There's no knobs, no Terminators, no Land Raider. And they might need some of that stuff to get in here. These Chaos Terminators have done superbly well, and they can reinforce off that shrine now. Might even see like a las cannon turret going up, because those things are really powerful. Whirlwind getting shots in, throwing around these CSM. Are they going to get away? No, they do not get away. I think the Techmarine got the last model. There's a Marcus Inch Chaos Predator from Ace. Looks like Dark Riku lost his oh no, he's got his Plague Marines right here. 97 to 41. VP's very close. Red team retaking the mid. Kommando have got the decap under infiltration probably. Wow, big plasma cannon shot. Take out a Chosen Plague Marine. These guys need to be careful though. These guys are moving in. Big boom shot. Nicely timed. Did some good damage too. There's that global repair from the Techmarine. Repairs all allied vehicles on the field, which is pretty good. Down goes the tank. They're making some progress here, the blue team, but it's still tough. They're doing the right thing, I think, and trying to attack from two sides. But that great and clean one is just a massive roadblock. Orks don't really have access to plasma weapons. They can use flash kits blasters, which will do psychic damage, which will do a lot of damage to the great and clean one. Tank buses, of course, are not bad, but I'm not sure there'll be enough. We have double commandos for Adila. One's already out. Give them some capping power and some really good disruption and that kind of thing. 70 to 41. Not often you'll see an Orc player not get flash kits or knobs in a match that goes this far. This Plague Champion is getting absolutely owned. Our sync kill there from the Venerable. You see it inspiring on kill as well. Trying to push forward as much as they dare just to keep the blue team away from the VP. But it's hard to keep a infiltrated commando. There we go, now it's being spotted. Gets the decap though, and blue team have a single because Orks came around and got a decap this side. Nicely done by Adila. And takes out the Plague Champion on retreat with a barrage. Ace of Swords has repurchased, I believe. Red team will take back the natural. And they'll try and take back the mid, but there is a plasma cannon getting shots in now. And of course a whirlwind. Not sure if it has that range. It does have that range. Look at that. Wow, that thing is far back. How are they going to deal with that? 55 to 20. Single cap now for blue team. All of a sudden, blue team, with the disruption that they have, can they stop this cap here from the Plague Marines? Plasma cannon hitting terrain, or hitting the object, I should say. There's the disruption from the... Oh, but it's not enough to stop the cap. That model there is still close enough to cap. Oh, now it's been knocked away. Doesn't matter if you're on your back. As long as you're still close enough to cap, it will continue. But now they're starting to stop that cap there. And here comes Fenix to try and make some kind of progress. Maybe force off some units from the middle. Where are the nukes? I don't know where these nukes are. He hasn't called Terminator. I guess he dropped a bunch of red on the Venerable, and he's used the Blessing of the Omnissiah at least once. Adila, I'm sure, has used a lot of red on his tank buster barrages and that kind of thing. 55 to 15. Red team still trying to take the middle there. Vanguard veteran trying to get these Terminators off the field, but that is a really dicey fight. There's that foul snare. Grey and Clean are taking a lot of damage from this plasma gun tactical marine squad, I think. They don't really have a way to put pressure on the whirlwind. They also have a looted tank back there that badly needs repairs. Down goes the Chaos Predator. Not sure why they keep getting those things with all these tank busters and a Kommando rocket launcher around. Get some more Havocs and stuff, I reckon, or some Raptors to try and go after this thing. Techmarine died as he killed I think a Chosen Plague Marine there. Yeah, he wiped out the Chosen Plague Marines, but the death explosion actually killed him, I believe. 47 to 15. Red team have taken the middle, but now they've lost their natural to some sneaky Commando play with some commandos in tow, it looks like. Oh, Graham Clement goes down. They finished him off. That is a big blow for Dark Riku. He's down to just 2 units now. There's some more Chaos Terminators on the field for Ace, and he's using them to cap. Really good usage of these guys. Can they finish it though? Now Vanguard Veterans on them with that power melee, with mounds and mounds of power melee, and a power fist in there these days. Also, wow, Plasma Gun Tactical Marines. Look how much damage those guys take. They did get a decap though. Touch of Nurgle on these Plague Marines, but it won't damage anything if they're that far away. They are capping though, and they should get that cap, which should leave it as a 2-1 for red when all is said and done. But blue team are not giving up in the middle. Vanguard Veterans jumping up here, don't actually find anything. Now they're just taking shots as they try and get back into play. Venerable Dreadnought being repaired, still lives. Somehow lives. Down it goes, there's the stoicism. Unless it bugs out, it should be dead now. Sometimes it like manages to get some health back and stay alive. Down it goes. Venerable Dreadnought did well though. 21 to 15. VPs are very close. Wow. Wow. Plasma Cannon taking up 2 Terminators, I think. Holy crap, give this guy a medal or something. 1-1. Nobody can cap mid right now. The Whirlwind's still alive. Whirlwind is still alive. There's a nuke from, I think, Ace of Swords. A pretty good one. Wipes out the Plasma Cannon, wipes out the Scouts. It's caught some Tactical Marines in there, but these guys are out of it. Oh no, they need to retreat though. Should be okay, it's going to fade. There we go. Techmarine will try to cap maybe? Yes. Now his shield won't prevent weapon knockback or anything, but it does give him that good general durability, of course. There's a stun bomb, but he's still capping. Down goes the looted tank. Well, got a shot. Oh, this thing. Single cap for blue. They decap this again, and a rocks from Adila. He's done some really good work putting pressure on his VP. Took out some CSM there. Double cap. They're going to win this blue team. Beautifully done. They did win it, and that was all because of Adila's pressure on this VP. Got triple commandos out. I mean, I was questioning that choice myself, but they did a fantastic job. Helped take out the Great and Clean One, put a lot of pressure on that VP. So much disruption and stuff from those guys. Look at his heroes end of the game. Level 10 Commander Knob. Level 6 Plague Champion. Techmarine, I should say. Level 9 Plague Champion from Ace. And a level 10 Plague Champion from Dark Riku, who is also stuck in there somewhere. What an awesome 2v2. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.